Welcome back to the Gamelog vlogs, everybody. So this year I plan to beat, I'm hoping for 150 games, which is going to mean, on average, about 3 games per week. There's a lot of games that are coming out this year that I plan to sink a lot of time into and really get obsessed with, potentially. There's a lot of new stuff, and typically newer stuff takes me longer because it just does, because no cutscene skipping or side stuff skipping, but you know. Anyway, today, it is the 1st of January. I've been playing through Dark Souls 1. I didn't really film much of it because we're about to... there are about 3 playthroughs of Dark Souls 1 already from me on this account, so you can go and find those. But we're about to fight the final boss, and then I'm going to start Dark Souls 2. And it is entirely possible that we beat Dark Souls 1 and 2 today. So, let's go. Okay, let me just do a quick rundown of the build, because inevitably somebody's going to wonder. I'm using an Uchi Katana plus 15, the Mask of the Mother, Silver Knight armor, Gold Hem Black gloves, Silver Knight leggings, and Boulder shield. I am level 68 with 31 vitality, 30 endurance, and 38 dexterity. Haven't leveled anything else. Rings, I've got Havel's ring and Ring of Favor and Protection. So between the Mask of the Mother and the Ring of Favor and Protection, that's like a, I think 30, maybe 35% boost to my health. That's why my health bar's so long. So yeah, let's go fight final boss. God. I think I messed with my OLED settings, and now the darker aspects are even darker. The blacks are really, really black, basically. And that's kind of the point of an OLED. But there have been times, like in the Tomb of the Giants and other areas in Dark Souls, well, it's in the name. It's dark. Yeah. See you at the boss. Alright then. I've not parried at all this playthrough, so this is probably not going to go as well as it could. Basically, if you're a parry god, Gwyn's a joke. Messed it up. Okay, there we go. There's one. Like 6 parries would drop him. That's 2. That second attack is a lot more easy to parry than the first. We can keep face tanking that first one. And then healing after it. I've got a lot of Estus. Nearly done. I'm going to say he's not tried to grab me. I didn't know you could parry the thrust. Bye, Gwyn. Well, that's Dark Souls 1 done again, which... if we check the game log, it's probably like the 50th time. I have no idea at this point. Borderlands 1 and Dark Souls were in very steep competition with each other for the most amount of times beaten in a year. And with Borderlands 4 coming out this year, you know damn well that I'm going to be playing Borderlands 1 again at some point. And so that was the end of Dark Souls 1 Remastered. 1st of January, first game of the year beaten. I'm pretty sure several years in a row Dark Souls 1 might have been the first game I've beaten, I'm not sure. But anyway, let's get it put on the game log, shall we? Watch this, guys. Alexa, switch to PC.
Okay.
God knows what this is about to bring up. I should have checked first. That's fine. That could have... I don't know. I don't know what I thought it could have shown, but, you know, probably should have thought that through a little bit more. Anyway, over to the game log. Bring the game log across. Here's my spreadsheet that I've been using to track the games that I've beaten. Oh, Christ, there was a few silly comments on the video. I did a video about all the games I beat last year, and there were like 2 or 3 guys that were like, actually, it's impossible. Shut up. Don't care. Shut up. People have been saying, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, I did. And for the vast majority of it, there's video proof. So just... I have nothing to gain through lying when the log has existed long before I ever made videos. You know? Anyway, let's get it put on the log. So, typing with one hand here, because filming for TikTok as well. Oh, right. So that is Dark Souls. Typing with one hand is harder than it should be. Dark Souls. Hang on. Jesus Christ. Souls. Do I usually put 1? I don't know. I don't think I do. On the 1st of the 1st. 2025. That feels so strange to type. I remember when 2025 was the future in Black Ops 2, and now we're here. Christ, we got old. Anyway, it's 7 PM. It's dinner time. Gonna have dinner. And then I'm going to try and get through as much of, if not all of, Dark Souls 2 as I can today. I don't know what weapon I'm going to use in Dark Souls 2, because I want to do something different, because the mace and the rapier are always, I don't know. I've been having an itch for a couple of years to use the Grand Lance, but I'm a bit concerned it's going to be out of my comfort zone. Who knows? We'll see. Okay, 8 p.m. Dinner has been eaten. Let us begin. The black sheep of the family of Dark Souls games. I do like Dark Souls 2. A lot of people hate it. I think it's. I think Dark Souls 2 is the one. Is probably the only Souls game that doesn't have an area that I dread. Like, off the top of my head, I don't think there is a part of Dark Souls 2 that I go, oh no. Like, even Dark Souls 1, the Bed of Chaos, you guys didn't see it because I didn't film it, but I was hurling abuse at my TV because I kept dying to fall damage against the Bed of Chaos. I hate the Bed of Chaos. Dark Souls 3, I'm not quite sure which area that I don't like, but I'm sure there is one. And to be honest, I'm really looking forward to Sekiro. My last playthrough of Sekiro was really smooth, and I really, really got into the grips of it, so I'm looking forward to that. And Bloodborne's Bloodborne. Bloodborne's great. So, yeah, let's begin. I don't know what weapon I'm going to use. I can't decide. Good lord, I need some stamina. I don't know if any of you have played Evil Within 1, but that game, like the first 10 upgrades you have to use for the game to really be playable are to upgrade your stamina, and Dark Souls 2 feels very similar to that. Also, what is this brightness? It's so dark. I must have changed some sort of settings on my TV. I have to have done. I'm thinking that for the weapon of this playthrough, I might use the Uchigatana again. I used it in Dark Souls 1, and Dark Souls 1 is one of the best weapons. Dark Souls 2, I've never used it. Never used a katana in Dark Souls 2, ever. Because I always use Claymore, Rapier, Mace. Those are my three like go-tos for a playthrough. The Craftsman's Hammer is a good choice too, but that requires Twinkling Titanite to level up. And I'm not quite sure on the best method of getting that to be fully upgraded straight away, whereas I can get a normal weapon to plus... Is it plus 10 in this one? I think it might be plus 10. I can get a normal weapon to plus 10 pretty rapidly. Honestly, one of the harder parts for me about Dark Souls 2 is the fact that I never have a shield for the start of the game. I use shields so heavily in Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. Whenever I see people playing them without, I'm like, wow, that's a skill. I think that's why I struggle quite a lot in Elden Ring, because I think a lot of the playstyles and boss fights in Elden Ring really do not lend themselves very well to a shield. But you know, come to think of it, if the last couple of playthroughs I've done on Dark Souls 2 have been with a greatsword and the mace, and I'm aiming to try to get this done today, maybe I should use the rapier. Because it's the one I'm most familiar with and can get early. Granted, ain't no chance of hitting one of those with it, that's for sure. Look how dark it is in here, bro. I have got to have changed my OLED settings. I have to have done. Like, what is going on? Oh dear. But our adventure through Dark Souls 2 continues. Oh, that's annoying. So I just got a random drop, and it was one of the better weapons in the game. Well, not the game, but like definitely this early on. That's frustrating, because I would like to use that. No. No, I won't. I shouldn't. Can I equip it? And use it just, for now? Nope, definitely not. Nowhere near the stats. Great. That's the other thing about going Rapier, is that I can save stats that would have gone into that and put them into other stats and make myself beefier elsewhere. Soon we're going to meet little me. There is a dude in this game called Cayle. In a sec, we're going to go and say hello to him. I think that's about the 4th shield these guys have dropped me. Jumping in these games gives me such anxiety. I don't know why. Dark Souls 1 especially. Alright. Come on, Indiana Jones. And then, although it's probably going to be so dark up here, you're not even able to see the fella. There is a guy called Cayle. Not Cayle, like in Elden Ring. Just actually Cayle, although I need to deal with the archer over here first. There we go. Okay. Now we'll speak to Cayle. So weird. I've never met another Cayle in real life. My name is Cayle. Well, first merchant in the game sells the weapon that we're going to use for most of the game. Good start. The entire reason that we needed to speak to Cayle, by the way, is that he gives us a key to this house in Majula, which has basically got the rest of the upgrade materials we need to get our weapon to plus 3, plus 5, whatever Titanite shards we need, basically. I think this chest's got like 5 of them. Maybe 3 of them. Either way, it's enough. Okay, so we've got enough Titanite to take our weapon to plus 4. But I haven't got the souls to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go take out the first boss. with a weaker weapon than I otherwise would have, and just get it done. You know, it's not like it's going to be a struggle either way. I don't need the extra damage, so we might as well just thrash boss number 1, which will give us the stats we need to level up, so the next boss is easier. You know, hardest part is actually landing the hits on something so narrow, because there's no sweeping attacks with something like this. You need to stay locked on. But we'll get there. Any second now he's going to rip his own arm off. And remember, this is completely unupgraded. I was nowhere near that, but okay. Right. Now that will give us the souls we need to level up. Because 10,000 souls from that boss this early, it's just nice. Right. And then we also got 1 large shard as well. It's a lot of extra bonus damage. Cool. The problem is that in Dark Souls 2 there's something called adaptability, where basically until you level out you don't get iframes in your dodges, so lots of levels need to be pumped into that. We're going to do a bit of an early boss fight over here as well, but we need to get you out of the way. Where is he? The pursuer gets dropped in on some giant eagle. We're supposed to fight him next, just not here. So I'm going to fight him here because... well, I don't know. Do we get anything extra for fighting him here? I'm not sure. But it won't take too long. We have a little crappy shield now too. We'll get our real shield soon enough. Pretty sure there's an Estus flask shard up here. Come on. Ooh, we missed. Are we ready yet? Come on. Where's the third part of your combo, bro? Soul of the Pursuer and the Ring of Blades. I don't know if we get anything extra for that. And then we get... this is why everybody hates Scholar of the First Sin Edition. Stuff like that. Where they ambush you all the time. They just like tripled the number of enemies in this edition of the game and nobody liked that. Now we can loot everything. One of you's got an Estus flask shard, I'm sure. I'm sure. There you go. I was going to say there has to be something worthwhile. You know, very soon the game becomes a bit of a boss rush. Like, Dark Souls 2 has got a lot of bosses. It's got a lot of areas. Alright, come on then, Ornstein. Where's my block? This should not take long. The biggest problem I've got right now is a lack of stamina. What? Oh yeah, one of the other reasons that people don't like Dark Souls 2 is the hitboxes are stupid. Like, the attack had long dissipated there and I still got hit. Just remember, I beat Dark Souls 1 today, so I dodged that exact attack but lightning earlier on. No problems. Come on, Ornstein. This time I'll take the chance to heal instead. You're nearly done. Now you are done. Oh, he dodged. Bye, Ornstein. Straight on to our next boss fight, pretty much back to back, same area, the Dragon Rider, who is definitely easier than Ornstein. Not as easy as the later one, though. The later one's even easier. I've got to be careful my weapon doesn't break. That's a concern. Durability in Dark Souls 2 is different. Done. Okay, we'll have an NPC assist us with this next one, otherwise it's a 3v1 boss fight, and that ain't fun. So let's make this happen. I'll never forget, I had a friend who rage quit the game back in 2013 or so because of this boss. Just could not get past it. That's the first half of his health gone before he's even in the fight. And then we've got our NPC summon helping out. Uh-oh. We did not want him to go down before we finished him. There we go, that's fine. You still up here? Good. So now what we want is we want the next one to jump up to us and fight him up here while we fight the third one down below. So he jumps up. Any second now he'll jump up. We go down, and now we fight this one one-on-one while he fights the other one up there. And hopefully he doesn't knock him off and end up 2v2ing or 2v1ing me. The good thing is we do a lot of damage, so we can just make this happen fast. Although I don't like being in a corner because he's got his shield. The other guy's fight's not going brilliantly by the look of it. Oh yeah, they're down here now. Okay. I mean, we're nearly ready, so it doesn't really matter, but... Hello? Right, okay. Now we can go fight the other one. The NPC's doing okay. He got him to like half health. But now it's a 2v1, he just does not stand a chance. I mean, to be fair, the NPC's nearly down, but... And we're done. Alright then, our next fight is our first big fight. So in Dark Souls, there are like bosses, but then there are the real bosses, like the big area bosses, the main bosses. This is one of those bosses. Not that we're going to be able to see much, granted, because dark room. I need to be careful of my stamina. I really need to get myself some more stamina. Especially considering my damage output is highly tied to how many R1s I can pull off in a row and still block when I need to. We also have the old Leo ring on from the old Dragon Slayer, which increases our counter damage. So whenever she attacks and I attack at the same time, if I hit with my pokey weapon, we do extra damage. Which is why some of my attacks are doing like double damage. I really need to watch my stamina. I'm fighting on no stamina this whole fight. Oh, he's in parry. She's in parry mode. Come on, Lost Sinner. You are the better Cayle, so I have to bully you. Cool. I like this game. It's peaceful. Something else that people did not like about Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin is how many NPC invaders there are. There are quite a few times in the game where you'll get invaded like this and have to fight an NPC at an otherwise annoying time. Like, there's a lot of enemies around here, and some of them are pretty strong as well. Like, this one wasn't so much of a problem, but when we get to somewhere later, the castle area, that's a bit annoying. Especially have to deal with that. Okay, so my next boss fight would have been really difficult to do with the rapier because it's a skeleton boss and they take way reduced damage. So I bought this hammer with me to make life a little bit more simple. And I'm hoping that we will absolutely thrash this boss with it. It's technically not a real boss, it's 3 skeletons that go down really easily. And then when they go down, they spawn in some skeleton mobs. They're quite annoying, actually. Right. That's the 3 boss skeletons down, and now they'll spawn in lots of little additions. Lots and lots of. But luckily, we can just sort of smash our way through them. With the rapier, this would have been a real problem. We need to really be careful of the bone wheels, actually. We need to take them down. Use the pillars for cover. Yeah, these guys, these ones can do a lot of damage. Hello? Just keep your distance, we'll be all good. You know, I've heard rumour of an Oblivion remaster. I'd take that. I've never played all the way through Oblivion. I was used to just sweat the arena and then stop because I didn't know what to do next when I was a kid, because Oblivion came out when I was 8 years old. Fallout 3 was my first one when I was like 10. That was like what I actually got into. So I'd be happy to get into Oblivion in some way. Even if you just make Oblivion look like Skyrim, and Skyrim's also an old game at this point, that'll do. But yeah, boss fight over. I hate poison, but it's fine. It was a bit of a suey rush anyway. Our next boss fight is a little bit of a joke, and he takes extra damage from the rapier, piercing damage, I do believe. So we should be able to literally bully the guy. It's Jabba the Hutt. It is literally Jabba. Gotta be careful not to get thrashed, though. This Dark Souls is a difficult game. Our next boss fight is yet another one that can be pretty much soloed by an NPC, so I don't know whether I'm going to help him or just let him do it. Although my camera is now dying and I do need to do an hour on my bike, so soon I will have to take a break. It's about 10 o'clock, I've been playing about 2 hours. There's not been much time between boss fights, by the way. You're really not missing a lot, it's just tedious areas of mobbing. Oh, straight away with the magic. Well, just for that, now I'm going to have to bully if you want to play that game. I'd like to point out, look how much damage the fire fella's doing to her. Like, we did some damage for sure, but like, he's wrecking her with his fire when it lands. Granted, he does keep missing. Yeah, his fire does a lot of damage. He can solo. Go on, Jester. Jester Thomas. Oh, he rolled it! The NPC just... No way. Bro, don't... She also heals when she's in that little poison pool. Oh, that was a lot of damage. Go on, Jester Thomas, finish it. Don't roll towards the explosion, you fool. I mean, he's a Jester. Go on, finish it. One more. One more fireball to her face. Go on. I could finish it, but I want him to do it. Nice. Never die to a boss, always die to fall damage or poison. Before I take my break, let me show you guys how we're going to get a maxed out weapon pretty early. So at the start of the game, as a starting gift, I took a bonfire aesthetic, and then in one of the other areas we picked up a second one. And the reason for that is that once we beat the boss we've just beaten, we can come in here, burn a bonfire aesthetic, which then raises the new game scale of this area, which also raises the scale of all of the items as well. So what was previously a single Titanite chunk upgrade material becomes 3. For example, and because we've got 2 Titanite, 2 bonfire aesthetics, we can do it twice, which means basically in a second we're going to have a fully maxed out rapier, nice and early. Well, I wouldn't say it's early anymore, to be honest. I'd say we're probably considered mid-game now, in reality. But either way, one of these. There we go, Titanite chunk. Get out of my face. If we do that once more, we should then have enough Titanite chunks to fully upgrade our weapon. My camera is on 8%. I don't know how it's managed to die so quickly. Thank God I've got 3 of them. And the battery handles. Alright. Back here. Rest up. Before I go, before I check, let me check. How many do I need? I have 4 Titanite chunks right now, and I need 6. So if we burn another aesthetic, that should get us where we need to be. So this area is now New Game +2 or +3. I never knew New Game Pluses. I never do New Game Pluses in Souls games. It's not fun for me. A lot of the fun of a game like this is the build of the character, building the character to be powerful. I don't understand why people complain when you make an overpowered character in a Souls game. It is an RPG. You are supposed to develop your character. If you have the game knowledge to make it happen, then what's the problem? See, there's 3 Titanite chunks right there. And of course we'll take all of this stuff too. We've got to be careful though, because these guys will wreck us now, because they're like New Game +3 or whatever. Especially the big fella on the right. But now we can go fully upgrade the weapon. I have never seen this guy before. Another NPC. I was about to take on the old Iron King, and typically that's not a difficult fight, but I don't know what he's going to do. He's got a great bow and a crossbow. So, you know what? What's the worst that could happen? All I've got to do is not fall in the lava. If he's got ranged attacks, maybe he'll make it easy. Who knows? This area is the worst, by the way, with the amount of enemies in it, but we got through. I actually didn't die. For once. Thankfully, being able to turtle behind the shield made it easier. Alright, let's go. Hopefully I've not just made this harder by summoning him, because bosses gain extra health, and will be a little bit less predictable. But he can hit him when I can't, because ranged, so maybe it won't be as annoying. Oh, that was not a lot of damage, whatever he just did. I foresee me doing the great amount of work. Hello? Yeah, all I've done is make this harder. I have not got the agility frames yet. My next few levels are going to go into agility, I think. I've decided. What was that? Bro's doing something, just... I'd argue not enough. When he breathes fire or whatever, come back here and just chill. I mean, he's nearly done. I was nowhere near that, but okay. Well, shan't summon him again. Made the fight take longer than it should have. You're welcome, though, I guess. How strange. Alright then, next up, we're going down the big hole. But I think I can pay you to skip a lot of the hole, right? I think I need the second biggest ladder. I think the largest ladder's too far. I swear that's a thing. The next boss is a little bit stupid. It's just a rat with a mohawk that takes a while to spawn in a room full of other rats. So I'm going to use the hammer. Oh, maybe I'm not going to use the hammer. If the hammer takes 3 shots to take a single rat out, then... Yeah, now we'll use the... Yeah, we'll use the rapier. The hammer's not strong enough yet. But we've got to wait a while for the boss to actually spawn in. Like, this is the boss room. When the health bar appears... The boss has appeared. How many souls do these guys give me? Not a lot. 77 each. Right. The Royal Rat Vanguard has arrived. Where is he, though? There he is. Done. This has been one very dark area, but we're nearly through it. I have had to change the brightness settings of my TV because it was just too dark to see a thing down here. Like, I was never going to make it. But this is going to be our third Lord boss. So we have the Lost Sinner, the Old Iron King, and in a second, once we actually, you know, get there, this one. Oh, another summon. What's with all the summons? I ain't using this one, though. Not after that last time. Oh, great. And an invader. Oh, we're dead. Fucking... Cheap. The Dark Souls 2 is what we describe as cheap. It's why people don't like it. Typically, if you die in a Dark Souls game, you made a mistake, and it is usually fair as long as you're observant. This is cheap. You're being shot at by poison from all angles. You got the NPC invader. You got the fellas that are appearing out of the black tar. It's cheap. Look at all the blood marks on the floor, by the way, of other real people that are just not surviving the area. No. Whatever, you can keep my souls, I don't care. And now we've been invaded again by a different creature, different NPC. Double heal, in we go. Right, the Rotten, which basically describes half of the areas in Dark Souls' poison locations. Oh, this will not take long once we get some damage going. If I just had more stamina, I'd take... Like, by the time I've dodged everything... We got lucky there. Oh! Hang on. No. AoEs. when the bosses start being unable to actually hurt you through skill, they just go big bang attack. Done. Next. That is likely going to be my last boss for the next couple of hours because it is 10 to 11, and between 11 PM and midnight I'm going to go on the bike for an hour. So, but then I'll play until about 3 in the morning after that, and we'll probably get it done today, I'm hoping. We were above pace today. I did 1,200 calories on the bike, which was, I think that's 2 days worth. I think it's technically like 33 kilometers. 55 minutes. I was 5 minutes ahead of pace. Not bad. Shower, and back to Dark Souls. Time for this game's Cayle ripoff, which at this point my Cayle fight was like, what, 9 hours ago for me? Come on up then, love. I don't even know if that does any damage to her. Maybe some. That's actually not bad. That's a good start. Oh, she's taking some damage. Oh, she dead angled me right round my shield. As long as she doesn't use a magic, we'll be just fine and can bully her. That was rude. One. I need to not get greedy. I'm getting greedy. But it doesn't matter, we took her down. That was one phase as well. She often goes underground for like 20 seconds and it can be really annoying, so that was really lucky. Every single playthrough I completely forget that this room holds a silly little boss. It's not a real boss, it's like a... I don't know how to describe this. It's just a few enemies that are otherwise normal enemies elsewhere in the game. But they do a lot of damage because magic, and they're quite annoying because magic. But we'll get there. I'm pretty sure that one of them can heal the others, or two of them can heal the others, so I need to drop them as quick as we can, but... There we go. And then you're the main guy, although you guys are pretty annoying too. Hang on. Oh, you guys go down in one. Oh, well, one of them did. Is his only attack that AoE? Can I even hit the ones on the floor? Oh, I can. Imagine he did friendly fire damage, that'd be hilarious. As if he's not dead. Okay, just the boss to go. The real boss, that is. Bye. You know, if you were arachnophobic, Dark Souls 2 would be a problem. There are a lot of spider bosses. Spider enemies. Well, and spider bosses. Bro, could you... They all do so much damage too. I'm just trying to run them around so they get out of there so I can climb it. But why is he just stood in there? Get out of me fucking... This is why everybody hates this game. Because just at any given moment, 30 enemies. Dark Souls combat is not conducive towards that style of combat. Dark Souls is best when it's like one-on-one, one on a couple. I'm about to take damage going into this fight. Oh no, we managed to get away with it. Okay. Right, so, big spider surrounded by lots of little spiders. Honestly, I don't even know if I can do this fight with a rapier because of the way it works. Actually, we might be okay. Just. He's kind of hard to hit. You got to hit just the face. And of course, there's two faces. And the hard part is the fact that only the head takes any damage. And he's surrounded by the little ones. Do the laser, go on. What's he doing? The laser. Because technically I get counter damage while he does that. Did he just lose a head? I know that one of his heads can fall off. I hope it didn't. Oh, I think it did. I don't even think I... Yeah, his head fell off. I can only hit one side of him now. No. That's not ideal. One more hit and he's done. Come on! There we go. Good lord, some of these bosses are just silly. But at least we can play football with the missing head, look. Anyone remember that Dragon Rider boss fight from a while ago? Well, now we've got two of them, except one of them's got a bow. Luckily, they're both still pretty weak. Just gotta be careful not to get hit like that. Or, even worse, one of them knocked the other one down. Right, hang on, guys. Maybe we should go after the one with the bow first. Because he's not got a shield. If they could friendly fire, that'd be great. If enemies could friendly fire, that'd be a sick mod for Dark Souls 2, because you could play enemies against their own game. Because the whole Dark Souls 2 gimmick is, let's just throw as many things at you as we can at once. So a friendly fire mod would teach them a taste of their own medicine. Notice how little health the other one had, by the way. Are we quite ready to have a nap yet, bro? I don't know how many more bosses are left. I think like 6, 7, something like that. This last part of the game gets way more linear. Up to now, I've been able to do anything in whatever order I wanted, pretty much. But from here on out, there's a pretty set order. It is about to be 1 AM, so I'm still pretty hopeful that we can get this done today. Okay, so this next boss was the one that they used with the game journalists when they revealed Dark Souls 2. And there was some sort of prize on offer if you could manage to beat this boss. I don't know what it was, but there was something. I don't know. It's an annoying one because it's a boss that can summon enemies. Notice how many enemies just attacked me, by the way. The Looking Glass Knight can summon enemies through its shield. Like NPC summons. Actually, it can summon real players if you're online. Which I might be right now, I don't know. So, let's try not to let that happen, shall we? I love that we're missing. Pop a life gem to heal up. This is the easiest fight I've ever had with this boss. Like, it hasn't even tried to do the summon yet. If it doesn't even try and do the summon, I've never seen that before. Oh my god, that's the easiest fight I've ever had with that. Wow. Cool. Here's a cool one as well. The next area is renowned for being one of the worst areas in the game. In fact, you know when I was talking about, oh, there's so many different areas that I hate when I play through games, but Dark Souls 2 I think doesn't have any. I lied. I forgot the Shrine of Amana. This chest contains a soul quartz ring, which basically boosts our magic defense majorly, because in the original version of Dark Souls 2, this next area was so renowned for being just abysmal to go through that players hated it. So they when they did this revised version of the game, they put that ring in there way earlier than you're supposed to be able to get it, so that you can take less damage to the enemies in this next area. It's silly. Basically, big area, lots of water, and yeah, it's not fun. Lots of water, lots of spellcasters with homing soul arrows, and fellas with big maces, and drops that you can't really see, especially probably on my TV right now, where everything's really dark. Oh dear, let's try and just get through this as best we can. I can't stand this area, bro. Who thought this was a good idea? And now there's an NPC invader. Spamming. Yet another NPC summon I've never seen. Felicia the Brave with her lance. I don't know how helpful she's going to be. I still really want to have a go with the lance, because I feel like if the rapier is as strong as it is, the lance has got to be pretty good too. Although there is really no need for you to attack those things, Felicia. Like, I can help you and take them out much quicker. Let's attack the things that need attacking, yeah? Like the casters and any one of those varieties. Pretty sure these mushroom people destroy your armor. Go on, Felicia. Go on, Felicia. Felicia does some damage. Felicia might actually be a worthwhile investment. I'm pretty sure there is another NPC invader, so having an NPC summon is probably going to be a good idea. I'm willing to bet that they put the summons in the game to offset the fact... Like, look at this area, bro. Just so many of them. I'm not fighting them if I can get away with it. I'm going to run past them. Problem is, I know there is a pitfall for one. Oh, Christ, hello. At least they're not just shooting at me anymore. Yeah. Peculiar over here. Look how much damage that was. I'm not fighting you, bro. I'm going to run away. Farewell. Felicia's nearly gone. Felicia's got no health. I hope Felicia actually does go before the boss fight begins. Because we don't want the boss to have extra health. Like, I don't want Felicia with me. Bye, Felicia. Felicia needs to go before this summon invader fella comes down here. Yo! The damage these things do is insane. Right, cool. Oh my god, look how much damage that did. Okay. Right. If we can just get through this boss, we're through this horrible, horrible area. I used to hate this boss too, to be honest. Oh, look at the damage. I rolled it. I need to keep the constant life gem heals going. At least we do really good damage because of the Leo ring. Like, when we're hitting while they're doing that, we're getting bonus damage because it's technically during a counter. We can only hurt the face. I don't know if you've clocked that. This is going to hurt. One more chain and we're done. Yeah, you do that. One more. Cool, thank God that's over. We're officially at the point in the game, right, where there is a boss chasing me, well, an enemy that was previously a boss, while I walk through a door to fight the next boss, which is another big dude in armor, which is half the bosses in Dark Souls 2, to be fair, but... Oh well. I'm pretty sure big dudes in armor take extra piercing damage, so that's why the rapier's so strong against them. Yeah, slashing weapons don't do well in Dark Souls 2, if I remember right. That's why the longsword would not have been a great choice last year. That was a lot of damage. Oof, at least I dodged that. Let's get some extra damage in while he does this. Back away, back away. Get my stamina all the way back while he goes into phase 2, and now he deals dark damage on top. And he's... Hello. That was rude of you, Velstadt. Huh? I don't know what you're doing right now, but I don't like it. You're not going to punish me for healing like that. No. My camera battery is dying again. That's twice today. I'm going to die. I need to focus less on camera battery and more on beating bosses. Come on, bro. Attack me so I can run away. That was a dead angle and a 7. Not even a half, a 7th. Yeah, bye. Which way? That way? Cool. Now we've got the King's Ring. Now we're nearly done. Right, this next boss is technically an enemy we already fought as not a boss way earlier in the game that I didn't film because it wasn't a boss at the time. Just a little dragon. It can be really annoying depending on how much time he spends in the air. And surprisingly, this one's probably going to have a lot more health than the original one. Basically stay by his tail while he's in the air and you've got a good chance of not getting burned, but it's never a nil chance. And dragons are hard to fight. That roar he does sounds like it was in King Kong. Like the 2005 King Kong game. I don't know if he can hit me from over there, but I'm going to start healing just in case he can. I'm hoping it's too far. Yeah, I thought it would be. Notice how long this fight's taking versus like every other fight. Bro, it doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to do this. You could just not. Come on. Hello? Where did my lock-on go? You know, interestingly, the first time I fought the dragon, he didn't fly away at all. I still don't know if I've died to a boss. Hello. Oh dear. You haven't actually got that much health. You just are quite hard to hit and fly away a lot. Come on down, bro. I'm bored of you. You're boring me. Like, there. That should have been the end. I'm very surprised with how many times he's blown fire that we've yet to get burned. He was about to take off again, so thank God for that. Alright, this way. Life hack when it comes to Souls games, or at least Dark Souls 2. You head towards the grey fog door, the darker grey. That's the way forwards after the boss is over. Alright then, so we're nearing the end of the game now. This might be our third to final boss, as you can see. It's a bit of a silly one. We're technically in a memory right now. It's kind of difficult to explain. As if I got hit by the same fire twice. Basically, we need to get to the other end of this little runway. Tall fella over there, he's a boss. Problem is that these things... Oh, you're wrecked. Bye, guys. Okay. Should be a decently straight run to the boss now. Besides the fire. This guy can hit like a truck. So don't get hit by him. It's basically the very first boss we fought, but a long, long time ago. Hello? I was nowhere near that. I was about to say I'm dead, but he technically hit my shield. Do some stamping, please. I was literally nowhere near that. Fucking bellend! This guy is always like this. Here's a bit of a query, is I'm pretty sure that this is optional. Like, I don't think I have to fight him. Oh, bonfire aesthetic. Like, I'm quite certain that this is all optional from here on in. Ever since I got the I think ever since you get the King's Ring, which for now was, what, 3 bosses ago? 2 bosses ago, maybe? I don't know. Swear to God, it's optional. I'm about to get hit by fire again, I can smell it. Just dodged it. Alright, hopefully we can get through before we get burnt again. Look at the range on... My shield was up, bro. Why don't you care about my shield? Like, why do you literally not care? I have, like, nearly 50 stamina. All I have leveled is stamina and health. Yeah. Blocking that takes nearly all. The rapier is a bad weapon for the last giant. Either of them. Legs are too skinny. Need to get my stamina back, because if he swings that sword... Bro, can we stop floating? We're also getting dangerously close to the fire. Look at that damage, man. Alright, there we go. Bye-bye. Like I said, I'm not even really sure I needed to do that. Because I'm pretty sure the next... Like, we're pretty much done now. Like, 2 more bosses. Technically 3. Okay, so our penultimate boss fight is a 2v1, which I'm not going to have. I'm going to summon Benhart over here, our little NPC friend, so making a 2v2. The problem therein is that if we win the fight, it goes straight into the real final boss, with no rest between the two. And if he makes it, he'll be on like half health and get taken out, so who knows. Here's hoping it goes smoothly. Let's go. The Throne Watcher and Defender. Right. Yep, okay, they're going straight for him. There, they really don't like him, okay. And in that instance... Why are they so hell-bent on hitting him? Oh no, he wants me. Okay, Benhart. I don't really know what hit me there. Got dead angled. Oh, now they're both on me. Guys, your aggro is weird. As if it can turtle. Like, attack from behind the shield the same way I can. Oh, great. They've got so much health. And Benhart does so little. Thank God I can block their attacks quite easily. Hello? Where did my health go? To be fair, taking them down together is not the worst idea in the world, because if you take one down, the other one tries to get the other one up. So trying to take them down to equivalent amounts of health is a good idea. Benhart's not looking good over there. He's on about half health. I mean, to be fair, so am I. And to be fair, so are they. Oh, that was a lot of damage. He's buffing up. Right, that's one down. Go on, try and get him up. Okay, see, now Benhart's got like next to no health, so he's not going to make it very far through the next fight. Which means I'm going to have to fight a super-powered Nashandra. Unless Benhart gets taken down rapidly. Come on. Straight into it. The final boss, Nashandra. Gotta be careful of her curses. That's Benhart done. That did not take long. Hello? The problem with her curses is they permanently take your health away, as if you've died. It's like effigy. That attack is very punishable. Like, if we can just bait that out over again, But I don't want to be near that cursed ball that's to our left. Come over here. Niche. Nope. 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 No third strike? Come on, laser me. Come on, Homelander. Laser me. That's the opposite of lasering. I could have sworn rolling was enough to get rid of those. Oh my god, I've been cursed so much. I should have put effigies on my hotbar, that would have been a good idea. As if she let me pop one. She can't laser me from that far, can she? Well, apparently she can try. Look how much health she has. Laser me. Half health. Like I said, she's got more health than she's supposed to because of having a summon. Here comes more. Just focusing to get this done. Run away. Really? Laser, love. Thank you. Oh, great. My weapon's going to break. But not before we get the last hit. Nice. And that was the end of Dark Souls 2. That's Dark Souls 1 and 2 in one sitting today. Lovely stuff. And it's only 2 AM, so I've still got 2 hours before I go to bed. I could smash out half of Dark Souls 3 tonight if I really wanted to. I'm not going to, though. We'll start that tomorrow. Be a little bit more reasonable, you know. Oh dear, haven't even actually uploaded the first part on TikTok yet of Dark Souls 2, but that's the end of it. Lovely stuff. Give me them credits. Give me them credits. So that was the end of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. I would say that is a good start to the year, you know. 2 games on the first day of the year. Sets us off to a good stretch. Like I said, ideally, I wanted to do 150 games this year, which would be 3 a week. I don't know if that's possible because of how many new games are coming out. I'll give it my best shot, you know. I'll try. But, hello? Why is my keyboard being... Oh, my tripod was pressing buttons. Anyway, that's a good start. Tomorrow we'll do Dark Souls 3. And if there's enough time in the day, maybe I'll also do Bloodborne as well, because they're both pretty short. I'll see you guys in a bit. I need to clear some space on this SD card, because I've had to do that twice today.